ISDN protocol architecture. An ISDN exchange and a suitable user network interface permit an integrated access to the network facilities. In the long run, as the economics and technology dictate, the segregated infrastructure will be replaced by an integrated infrastructure. The protocol architecture of ISDN is layered according to the OSI reference model. This as shown in figure. However, the specific functionalities of the various layers are different from those of the OSI layer functions. The differences stem from the different fundamental characteristics of ISDN and data networks. While ISDN is largely a circuit switch network with provision for store and forward communication, data networks are largely S&F networks with provision for virtual circuit switching. As a network, ISDN is largely concerned with the lower layers 1 to 3. Layers 4 to 7 are the concern of the service providers. Accordingly, the lower 3 layer functions are known as barrier service functions. Services offered by service providers are known as teleservices. Functionalities of layers 1 to 7 are required to offer teleservices which are built over barrier service functions. Layers 4 to 7 functionalities are not yet fully defined. Some of the important functions performed in the lower 3 layers are: Layer 1 called as a physical layer, such as encoding and decoding of signals, transmission of B, D and H channel data, multiplexing to from basic or primary rates, activation and deactivation of physical circuits. Layer 2 called as data link layer, such as establishing and clearing data links, error, flow and congestion control, and also synchronization. Finally, layer 3 called as a network layer, such as addressing and routing, establishing and clearing network level connections, user to user signaling, network level multiplexing and internet working multiplexing. ISDN data link layer. Link access protocol for the D channel called as LAPD is used for data link layer defined for ISDN. There are 3 applications which are supported by data link layer, such as control signaling, packet switching and telemetry. Network layer above LAPD, that is data link layer. Control signaling. Call control protocols such as I.451 or Q.931 are used for establishment, maintenance and terminations of connections on B channels, and possibility of user or user control signals above these layers. B channel in ISDN. The uses of B channel are for circuit switching, semi-permanent circuits and also packet switching. B channel circuit switching. Semi-permanent circuit can be set up by prior agreement between users and network operator. Can be for indefinite time or at specified times during day or week. As with circuit switched connection, full duplex digital data path is established and layers 2 to 7 are not visible to ISDN or specified. D-channel packet switching. Circuit switched connection is established between user and packet switched node using D-channel call control protocol. The packet switching node can be integrated into ISDN or be a separate network. User can employ X.25 layers 2 and 3 to establish virtual circuit to other users. Frame relay can also be used instead of X.25 protocol. D-channel packet switching. Integrated X.25 service can be accessed by D-channel in addition to D-channel. ISDN provides a semi-permanent connection to a packet switching node within ISDN. The X.25 level 3 protocol is used for the packet layer. LAPD is used for the link layer. ISDN call control protocol. Defined in recommendations I.451 or Q.931. Network layer protocol. User services of LAPD link layer specifies procedures for establishing, maintaining and clearing connections on B channels, sharing D channel. ISDN call control protocol. In message types, call establishment messages to set up a call or call information messages during a call. Example, suspend a call and resume a call. Call clearing messages to clear a call. Miscellaneous messages for congestion control, requesting supplementary services, etc. I.451 formats or general message format for user level signaling. As the D channel may carry computer and telemetry data, etc. in addition to signaling messages, it is necessary to have a mechanism for differentiating packets and their associated protocols. The protocol discriminator field is provided for this purpose. At present, only two message protocols are supported: the ISDN signaling message protocol and the X.25 level 3 packet protocol. The message format is shown in figure. The field has three subfields such as length subfield, flag and the reference value. The call reference field gives reference to the B, H or D channel information transfer activity to which a signaling packet pertains. Depending on the service and the channel used, the length of the call reference value may vary. At present, two lengths for identifying information transfer in the basic rate channel structure and the primary rate channel structure has been fixed. LAPD or Link Access Protocol. It provides two types of services such as unacknowledged information transfer or acknowledged information transfer. Coming to unacknowledged information transfer, there are no guarantee of delivery and frames with error are discarded. Whereas the second service is acknowledged information transfer. There are similar to HDLC, flow and error control, logical connection established prior to data transfer, also called multi-frame operation. LAPD format. The format has different blocks such as flag, service access point identifier, terminal endpoint identifier, control, information, frame check sequence and flag. The length of each block is in octaves given right side in the column. Flag consists of one service access point identifier 1, terminal endpoint identifier 1, for control 1 or 2, and for information 0 to 128 or 0 to 260, and also frame check sequence has 2 length, and finally the flag also has 1 length in octaves. ISDN physical interface. There are no separate control circuits. Transmit and receive circuits carrying data and control signals. Pseudonary coding scheme is used for basic access signals such as voltage level is plus or minus 750 millivolts and data rate is 192 kilobits per second. HDB3 code is used for 2.048 Mbps access and B8ZS code is used for 1.544 Mbps access. ISDN signaling. ISDN uses a common channel signaling scheme. The signaling is done over the D channel, which acts as the common signaling channel for the B and H channels, which carry the user information. D channel may also be used for carrying some user information if there is spare capacity. In such cases also, the required signaling is done on the D channel. The ISDN signaling has 2 classifications such as user level signaling and network level signaling. All user generated signaling and the signaling features that are open to the user are treated as user level signaling and are defined as part of the layer 3 user network interface standards. The signaling facilities employed by the network to support user level signaling and to implement network control functions not directly related to the user are treated as network level signaling and are defined as part of the ISUP of SS7. In user level signaling, it establishes, control and terminate circuit switch connections in B channel, carries out user to user signaling and establish, control and terminate packet switched connections in B or D channels. User to user signaling is achieved by employing a symmetrical protocol for outgoing and incoming calls. User level signaling is of 2 types such as message based signaling and stimulus signaling. Message based signaling is employed when the user end equipment in an intelligent terminal. The intelligent terminal is known as functional terminal. It provides a user-friendly interface for signaling and performs the functions of forming, sending, receiving and replying messages. The process of establishing, controlling and terminating a call is achieved by exchanging messages between the network and the terminal. Coming to network level signaling. Network level signaling in ISDN is concerned with inter-office signaling. Signaling features accessible by the user to obtain enhanced services from the network and other network related signaling. About 40 network level messages has been standardized so far, and these messages may be placed under 9 broad categories such as forward address, general setup, backward setup, call supervision, circuit supervision, circuit group supervision, in-call modification, end-to-end and user-to-user network level signaling.